Okay, so we begin our notes on bearings. In order for us, visual. So, what we're going to do is we're going to answer some questions regarding triangle shapes. So C is directly west of A. A is 110 degrees. B is 28 degrees. And C is 42 degrees. We're going to start with two really easy examples here. We're going to look at the bearing from C to A, and we're going to look at the bearing from A to C. Now, the directions tell me that C is directly west of A. So as I place this compass on here, I have north, east, south, west. As I place the compass here, north, east, south, west. I'm going to express my bearings two different ways. First of all, I will give it a standard number, and I will also give it then a direction bearing. Who can describe for me the direction from C to A? East. Who can describe for me the direction from A to C? Instead of writing a descriptional direction, let's actually write a number. If I'm traveling east from C to A, what is the numerical 90 degrees? And from A to C, 270. So that's really the easiest example. Okay? As we look at the others, in order to figure these out, a lot of times what I have to do is it helps to create a grid. A grid that encompasses all parts of the triangle. Grid lines that travel east and west, and north and south. 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle. This is 42. What is this? Not 180, but 90 minus 42 is 48. And then this angle up here would be 180 minus 90 minus 48 would be 42. So see this right triangle? There we go. Okay, this is a 90-degree angle right here. So 90 minus 42 minus 28. Right? 20. So that's 20 degrees. What would this be down here? I'm even going to include one more. I don't have to do this, but I'm going to choose to. If this is 110 degrees, and this much is 90 right here, here we go. So, if this entire piece is 90, and this much is 70, what's this little bit right here? 20. So, from north to east is 90, right? That much is 70, so that much must be 20. Okay, all right, we're going to do the rest of the standards, and then we will go to the direction. Actually, we'll do them together. We'll try different than last hour, so a little confusing. Okay, so I'm going to stand at A. Okay, we stand at A. I've gone A to C, but I'm going to go A to B now. As you stand at A, how would you describe the direction of travel to get from A to B? Very good. North, east. Every time that you put a directional travel bearing, you must put north first or south first, and then you must put east second or west second. That's how it's read. The question is, how many degrees east do you turn from north for your travel? You turn 20 degrees to the east. So that reads north 20 degrees east. And that's what that's referring to. Now, give me a number associated with north. 0. If I travel 20 past 0, that would bring me to 20 degrees. So 20 degrees is synonymous with north 20 degrees east. So now I'm going to position myself back over at C. I know C to A, but let's go C to B. What is the direction travel to get from C to B? Northeast again. How many degrees east of north do you go in order to go to B? 48. What is a numerical value associated with north? As you turn 48 past, the bearing will be 48 degrees. Where should I now position myself? I'll position myself. Well, it says B to A and B to C, so that's where I'm going to go. Doesn't matter. I'm going to position myself at B right now to do the last two. Somebody describe for me the direction travel to get from B to A. South, west. How many degrees west of south do you turn to get to A? 20 degrees. Give me a numerical value for south. 180. If I turn 20 past 180, that would bring me to 200. Give me a direction of travel to get from B to C. Southwest again. How many degrees past south do you turn? 48. What's 48 past 180? And that's one example. Now let me show you how we can tell if our answers are reasonable, okay? I'm going to start at point A, and I'm going to walk to point B, okay? I'm traveling at a bearing, okay? I reach point B. I'm now going to turn around and go to point A. As I turned around, how many degrees did I change as I turned around? 180 degrees. So as you look here, if you were going from A to B and then B to A, they should differ by 180 degrees. Do they? 228 and 48. They differ by 180 degrees. 270 and 90, they differ by 180 degrees. Furthermore, look at these. 20 and 20. One is northeast, the other is southwest. Again, southwest, and then northeast, west, and east. So you could see how you could check to see if it's reasonable, correct? Flip it over. This says that B sits directly north of A. A is 68 degrees. B is 50 degrees. C is 62 degrees. I'm going to make that little grid. what's an angle up here that you know? What is that? Once I know that, this one should be easy to find. 50 and 62 make 112. Subtracted from 180. 8. 52. Well, so this line right here is 180 degrees, right? So all three of those must add. Okay. All right, it's time to write down some bearings that we know. What's a bearing that you know? A to B is north, which is 0 degrees. What's another one? B to A is now I'm going to station myself at B. I'm going to go B to C now. Give me a direction. South, west. How many degrees to the west, south do you turn? 50. So what would my standard bearing be? 230. Zero is north, east is 90. Okay, I'm going to station myself at A. I've already done A to C, or A to B, now I'll do A to C. What's the direction to go from A to C? North, west. From north, how many degrees do you turn towards the west? 68 degrees. So, what's 68 degrees back of north? Back of 360. 292 degrees. Now I'll station myself at C. Describe the travel to get from C to B. How many degrees east of north do you turn? 50 degrees past 0? 50. Direction travel to get from C to A? South, east. How many degrees east of south did you turn? So 68 back of 180. 112. So again, check 180, 180, 180. North, south, southwest, northeast, both 50. Northwest, southeast, both 68. Okay, thank you for asking. Great question. So look at what we had here. In this bearing from B to C, I have 270 degrees and I have 180 degrees. We know the bearing will be between that, right? So as you're going from B to C, the question is, do you go 50 degrees past 180 or do you go behind 180? The question is, are you going to a greater degree or a lesser degree? Basically, if you're traveling counterclockwise or clockwise, then you would add. Counterclockwise, and you would subtract. So you can see, because I'm going for a degree between 180 and 270, I will add. Whereas here, you had 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So you're going for an angle smaller than 180, so you'd subtract 68 off. You kind of need to think that through. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you your assignment, and you're going to do the first problem. We're going to go over together, then we'll do the last question. 22 degrees? Or this one? Okay, I understand. I think I understand. Okay, let me try this. You want to go C to A or A to C? Okay, we'll go A to C. And as we made this drawing here, we had 68 degrees, is that correct? And 22 degrees. So as I place my compass down, like so, okay, you describe the direction of travel as northwest, correct? So from north, travel to the west until you get to that line that takes you over to C. And so you're looking at the angle number that you actually turned. That would be A to C. If you do C to A, okay, I can put this in here. What was this angle? And then this was 68. Okay, so as I place myself at C and I'm headed to A, okay, you can tell that the direction is southeast, correct? So I'm going to start south and I'm going to turn until I hit the line that travels. And you can see that again, I turned 68 degrees. Does that help? Okay. You guys are asking really good questions. These are the points of confusion that come up. Okay. Let me hand out your worksheet. You can do the first problem. We'll check it, and then we'll do the last example. Okay, there's your answers you can check. We do the last example. Turn back to your notes, and we look at number 3. Anybody see what's different about this problem? Yeah, there's no straight north, straight east, straight west. That's what makes it more challenging. So on your assignment, the first 6 problems are all straight north, straight east, straight south, straight west, something like that. But then the last 3 are not. And so I'm going to create my little grid here. It says A is 80 degrees, C is 35 degrees, B is 65 degrees. And the one hint that they give me is A is, the bearing from B to A is south 20 degrees east. So if I place a compass here, it would be south 20 degrees to the east. So you can see that this little angle right here is 20 degrees. What would that make the rest of the angle? 45 degrees. What would that make this angle right here? 45. This angle? 45. Okay. What's this little corner angle right there? 80. This entire line must make 180, so 80, 80 makes 160, so make this up there 70. A to B, describe it. How many degrees do I turn to the west of north? I go back 20 degrees, that'll bring me to 340. You can do B to A if you want. We already know that B to A is south, 20 degrees east. So south, 20 degrees to the east. B to C. What's the direction? Southwest. From south, how many degrees do I turn to the west? 45 past 180 is 225. C to B. North, east. Travel 45 degrees to the east of north. 45 degrees. Are you checking to make sure that things line up as you go? 180 and 180, same but opposite directions. And A to C. A to C. Well, this is south what? A to C is southwest. And how many degrees to the west of south? 80. No, it doesn't. But it is. So this is west. This is south. We have to turn to here. So if we turn all the way up to west, that'll be 90. We turn to just that line, so it's 80. So 80 degrees past 180. 260. Whoops. I wrote in the wrong spot. And then let's go C to A. I am at C. Okay. I'm going to travel to A. What is the direction? Get from C to A. North, east. 20 degrees east of north. 45 plus 35 is 80. So don't pretend that these are easy. You'll have to struggle through them a little bit. But we will see them on a study guide as well, and you'll practice them and you'll become very good at it because you're just very smart people. So your assignment is your worksheet, and I'll have answers up tomorrow.